The story begins when we see our main character, a 17-year-old boy named Seto Kid, just got a text message from a girl for the first time in his life, and he is showing it to his friends who care for Kid a lot and who are kinda like his guardian, named Izumi and Asa. And Kid asks his friends that isn't that a signal that love is about to arrive in his life, in which one of the friends replies that the text could be from a man or could be a scam. And we then see that Kid asks his friends how they know that to be the case exactly. We then see Koga Asahi, one of Kid's friends, said that even if it's a girl, she could be a bad person, and also added that it could be a honey trap or something weird. We then see that Kid then showed the profile picture of the girl to his friends, and said that she looks like this, and that she was very cute according to Kid. Then Ai Suzumi, one of the friends of Kid, said that the picture is not of that girl probably, and that people nowadays download images from the internet, and said the message that the girl sends has all the flags of a scam. We then see that Izumi said that Kid, Asahi and Izumi have known each other since elementary school and that this kind of disbelief and naivety is also a virtue. We then see a very sad Kid saying that he seriously thought that this was the way to get to know someone nowadays. We then see Kid saying that he wants to have a girlfriend or something like that, and wants to be able to fall in love like a normal person. We then see Izumi say that the internet sounds like a scary place to him, and that Kid should cancel his subscription. And Asahi then also said that he thinks that Kid should also cancel his home internet as well. And in which Kid replied asking if the internet harmed any of their relatives or something, and also asked how they are aware of these types of scams happening regularly on the internet. And they replied that they heard some rumors about this type of thing, and the three of them started walking. Kid then asks Izumi and Asahi, if meeting people online is so dangerous, then how Kid will be able to meet with any girl. And Asahi said that there are a lot of websites, and that Kid just has to find someone who seems decent. And Izumi said that he should look for someone who shows their identity as is. And Kid said that he needs a girlfriend badly. And we see that as they were talking while they were walking by a convenience store, and suddenly a girl who was coming out of the store bumped into Kid and her bag's pendant got stuck to Kid's bag. We then saw that the girl got nervous and said sorry. And an equally nervous Kid said that it's okay and told her not to worry. And we then see that the girl in all nervousness pulls her bag and Kid's bag gets a little ripped. And the terrified girl said sorry and that she'll pay for the damage. And Kid said that no, she didn't have to and that it was fine. And then Kid said bye and went away. We then see Izumi says well done to Kid and further adds that it could have been Kid's chance to meet. Kid then realized that it was a chance and he couldn't capitalize on that, and thought that being from an all-boys high school, he didn't know how to handle situations with girls. The next day we see that after school Kid and his friends saw that something is happening in the school entrance. They then saw a pretty girl and they started to wonder who she might be waiting for. And as they got closer Kid saw that it was the girl from yesterday, who bumped into him and he was flabbergasted. She then says thank goodness and that she was looking for Kid. She also added that she knew that he is from this school from his uniform, but she didn't think that she would draw so much attention. She then added that maybe because it's an all-boys high school. She then said that she wanted to apologize properly for what happened yesterday. Kid then replied that she really didn't have to apologize and that it's okay. And then Kid realized that Izumi and Asahi left the scene so that they could talk freely. And then we see that the girl says that there is something else that she wants to talk about. And she then asks if she could borrow a few seconds from Kid because they are drawing too much attention there, so they should speak in the other corner. We then see Kid agreeing. We then saw that Kid and that girl went to that corner, and she said that she thought that if she said this right away, that it would drive Kid away. But she said that she wants to be totally honest, and we see after Kid took a good look at her, he thought she was very pretty, and Kid wished that he would want to go out with a girl like that. We then see that the girl says that she has fallen in love with Kid at the first sight. Kid was stunned hearing this, and she further adds that yesterday when she saw Kid, she couldn't help but think that he was the right one. And a very shocked Kid said that he didn't know her at all. And she said of course she wasn't asking for any answers right now, and further said that she'd like them to know each, and after that if Kid is still not interested in her then she'll give up. But first she'd like them to become friends, and gave Kid her number which Kid took. Kid then said thanks to her. And we see Izumi and Asahi were secretly peeping from far, and they are glad about what they saw. She then introduced herself as Arasaka Tsubasa and said she is a sophomore, and then Kid said he's Seto Kid. Tsubasa-chan then said it's time for her to leave now, otherwise she'll miss her bus, and also added that she hopes that Keed contacts her. And we then see suddenly someone running by accidentally pushed her by mistake, and she fell onto Keed. And suddenly we see that Keed got very scared and his friends started rushing towards him, and said that they're friends of Keed and they were just passing by and saw him fall down, and they asked Tsubasa-chan that if she is alright, and Tsubasa-chan said that she is alright and not hurt. Asahi then said that Keed is also not hurt, and Asahi thinks that Keed doesn't want to be seen after a pathetic fall. Tsubasa-chan understood as left. We then see afterwards that Keed is crying and Asahi and Izumi pull Keed up and say to Keed that he doesn't need to be afraid now. We then see a flashback, when Keed's teacher takes him to the gym, and Keed asks her why they are going there. And afterwards we see that Keed is shouting and practically begging the teacher to stop and not go any further. Afterwards Asage and Izumi asked Keed what happened to him, and a very scared Keed said that he was sexually harassed by his teacher. We then see in the present day that Keed is sitting on a bench with Asahi and Izumi, and saying to them that he is sorry to bother them again, and Asahi then replied that no, he is not bothering them at all. Keed then said that whenever he's in contact with a woman it feels like that there isn't any problem and that everything is alright now. And Keed said that he always tells himself that he is a normal boy like everyone else, but now he feels that Keed can't go back to being normal, and starts crying. Then we see Asahi and Izumi say that they don't feel that Keed is different from anybody else. And we then see Asahi and Izumi talking that it hasn't happened to him in a long time, until yesterday, when the panic attack occurred again. Afterwards we see Izumi and Asahi ask Keed about Tsubasa-chan, and that whether or not he texted Tsubasa-chan, and Keed replied that, no he hasn't, because he thinks that after what happened that day, Keed didn't even say bye to her. So Keed thinks that she might hate him now and that he should text her. But Asahi and Izumi said that Keed should definitely give her a text. And then we see that Keed wants to prove himself that he could also have a normal life like other normal people. We then see that after thinking for 3 hours Keed came with a very dull and business-like message to send to Tsubasa-chan. And it was the first text ever that he sent to a girl. We then see Tsubasa-chan reply with a friendly message. Keed thinks that Tsubasa-chan is a very kind person. We then see Izumi and Asa asking Keed if he is still in contact with Tsubasa-chan, and Keed replies, saying that yes, they are in contact. They then say that despite that being the case, Keed didn't seem that excited to them, and then we see Keed show Izumi and Asaka the text that Tsubasa-chan sent him, and saw that Tsubasa-chan asked Keed out on a date. But Keed was really worried about what happened to him last time he met Tsubasa-chan. And Keed then asks Izumi and Asage that do they think that he'll be fine meeting her this time. And we then see that Asahi and Izumi asked if Keed wants their company. In which Keed replied that, no way, he doesn't want Asahi and Izumi to come with him. And we then see Izumi and Asahi say that Miyamoto-sensei gives the best solutions to these types of problems, and they went to Miyamoto-sensei, the school nurse. And then we see them explaining the whole situation to Miyamoto-sensei and ask him how Keed should approach this date. We then see Miyamoto-sensei asking Keed some questions about his day-to-day life, and whether or not Keed faces any problem taking or getting close to any girls, in which Keed replied no he hasn't. And we then see Miyamoto-sensei asking some of these type of questions to Keed, and then come to a conclusion that Keed didn't seem to have any gynophobia, and Miyamoto-sensei then said to Keed that he can go to that date, but only if he looks after a few things. And those things are, first and foremost, Keed BAS to avoid any kind of abrupt contact, and Miyamoto-sensei asked Keed to pay close attention to that, and Miyamoto-sensei also said that he doesn't want him to lie, but he should say something like he doesn't like any kind of close contact. We then see Keed understand these facts, and then agree with Miyamoto-sensei, and then take his leave. Miyamoto-sensei then said to himself that it's good to do your best at anything, and he is cheering for Keed, and Miyamoto-sensei hopes that all goes well with Keed's date with Tsubasa-chan. We then see Keed went to the date a little early and was waiting for Tsubasa-chan, and thinking that he has to remember about what Miyamoto-sensei said about close contact. By then we see Tsubasa-chan had arrived, and she is very happy to see Seto Keed-kun. We then see that she brings in coffee au lait and milk tea and asks which one would Keed want. We then see that Keed thought that he didn't think that it would happen so early, and that touching hands would be fine, and that he was also fine when did touch the shopkeeper's hands earlier in the convenience store while buying something. And Tsubasa-chan then said to him to pick any one he likes. And then Tsubasa-chan said that she's sorry that the colors are the same on both, and that's why maybe Keed is not understanding which one is what. And then, Tsubasa-chan said that it should be written on the side of the cups, and she tried to see, and the cups started to fall down, and suddenly we see Kid hold Tsubasa-chan's hands and save the cups. We then see that nothing happens to Kid despite there being some contact. And then he said that he'll take the one which he saved from falling over. Kid then asked how much the coffee cost, and Tsubasa-chan replied that it's okay. Tsubasa-chan had called Kid all of a sudden and he came after all, so she said that it's sort of a thanks for him coming to the date. We then see Kid thinking about how cute she was, and that he touched Tsubasa-chan's hands on reflex, but it turns out to be fine, and also thinking that that is overthinking. And then we see that they are having a lot of fun together. We then see Tsubasa-chan saying that Sito-kun is so skillful, and Kid replies that he often comes to arcades with his friends, that's all. And afterwards we see Tsubasa-chan saying that she wonders about herself, that she comes off as weird and hard to get along with type of girl. And Sito-kun asks what does she mean by that. She then explains that at her all-girls high school, she naturally doesn't have a single male friend, let alone having a boyfriend. Tsubasa-chan then said that to be honest, her heart was beating rapidly the whole day today, and said that she is glad that Sito-kun is someone who she can talk to very easily. Kid says that he feels the same too, and that his heart was also doing the same, and it's because he didn't have any kinda interactions with any girl. Tsubasa-chan then says that then they're more alike than they think they are. We then see Sito-kun asking Tsubasa-chan why she thought in the first place that Sito-kun would be her perfect match. Tsubasa-chan replies saying that she and Sito-kun passed each other, and their bags got caught up with each other, and Tsubasa-chan said this usually happens in romances. And she also added that it must be fate. Tsubasa-chan also added that it was so cool how Sito-kun managed the situation when she and Sito-kun first bumped into each other. And Tsubasa-chan said that he looked like a prince to her, a stylish prince. And she further adds that he shouldn't be disgusted by these compliments. And Kid replies that it's fine, and thinks that Tsubasa-chan is quite a romantic girl. Tsubasa-chan then says that Sito-kun is a very cool, kind and nice guy. And that's just a man of Tsubasa-chan's dreams. And Tsubasa-chan further adds that she hopes to get to know Sito-kun more and more. And Kid also said that he too is looking forward to this. Tsubasa-chan then says that she is very happy that they are talking now. And suddenly see a bunch of girls walking to the restaurant, and asking Tsubasa-chan if he is her boyfriend. Tsubasa-chan replied that not yet. They then introduced themselves to Sito-kun as Tsubasa-chan's friend, and suddenly we see one of the friends knew Sito-kun, a classmate from his previous school, and she recognized Sito-kun. Tsubasa asked if they knew each other, to which they replied that yes, they went to the same school. And we see that Sito-kun got very scared. We then see that Tsubasa-chan's friend goes on to say that she and Sito-kun not only went to the same school, but they were at the same class also. We then see that Kid was analyzing that she was a classmate of his from middle school, from which then Kid tried to remember her, and then he thought that he remembers her face, but can't remember her name. And we got to know that after that sexual harassment incident Kid didn't attend school for a whole year. We then see Sito-kun suddenly stand up and say sorry, and that he'll be leaving now, and he left. We then see Tsubasa-chan was shocked, and she asked her friends to take care of the bill, and she'll pay them tomorrow for sure, and they said okay. And then we see Tsubasa-chan also went after Kid. Then Tsubasa-chan's friend thought about what happened to Kid and are those rumors true about Kid. And afterwards we see that Kid is walking away from there, and Tsubasa-chan follows Kid and grabs his hand from behind to ask what happened to him, and he is not feeling well and pulls Kid. We then see Kid snapped and told her not to touch him in a very rude way, and Tsubasa-chan got scared by that, and said sorry to Kid, and then we see that Kid left and said to himself that he messed up. Afterwards we see Sito-kun's friends were also shocked by seeing Kid like this, and said that who would have thought that Kid would meet a classmate from middle school there. Kid then said that he somehow remembered her face, but couldn't remember her name. They then said that Arasaka Tsubasa-chan has some special connection, be it good or bad. We then see Kid saying that it was fun until that happened, and that to the point where he was sure that it would be more fun if they really started dating permanently. Kid's friends then said that he doesn't need to worry, and that this time it was just an unfortunate incident, and Kid said yes. Izumi then said to Kid that there is a chance that the classmate Kid met might have told Tsubasa about Kid's past, and probably no one else knows exactly what happened, but there were light rumors when Kid didn't show up to school. Then Asahi said that Kid did nothing wrong, and Izumi replied that of course he knows that. But even so, no one will know how others took the news via hearsay, and there's also a chance that they added some humor or exaggerated the story. Kid then says that it could be that Arasaka Tsubasa-chan received the news in a negative way and that Kid was really scared to find that out. And suddenly Kid received a text message from Arasaka Tsubasa-chan telling Sito Kid-kun that she is worried about him and asked if she did anything that upsetted Kid. We then see Kid lying on his bed and thinking that Tsubasa-chan maybe thinks he's weird. Kid then texted Tsubasa-chan that he is sorry about a lot of things and did she hear anything about Kid from her friend. Tsubasa-chan then replied that she only heard that they attended the same school and further asked Kid if anything happened back then with Kid and Aya-chan. Kid then realized that her given name is Aya, and replied that, no, nothing. And Kid then said that he's sorry for leaving in a hurry back then and also said that he was very rude to Tsubasa-chan's friends too, since he didn't even say hello to them. And suddenly Kid's phone rang and it was Tsubasa-chan who was calling. Kid then received the call, and Tsubasa-chan then said that she was very worried and couldn't hold herself back from calling Kid and also asked if Kid is free to talk right then. Kid very excitedly said yes and that he is in his room right now. Tsubasa-chan then said that they just met recently and that she didn't expect him to tell her everything right away. And then Tsubasa-chan asks if it was not fun when they hung out together. And Kid said he had a lot of fun. Tsubasa-chan then said that it's great and they should hang out again. And Kid said okay. Then Tsubasa-chan said that she's on her way home now so she'll end the call here, and thanked Kid for picking her call up. Kid then said thanks and expressed his feelings to see her again to Tsubasa-chan, and we see Kid's thinking that this is love. Kid doubts himself that he'll find an answer to that question even though he asked this question to himself. Kid then thought that how should he tell her? It would be weird if he just springs it out to her all of a sudden. We then see Izumi says that it's been a while that Kid was last confessed to, and he really should tell Arasaka Tsubasa-chan that he wants to date her now. Kid then said that he didn't think that he knew much about love. And on that note Asahi said that he shouldn't hesitate to go to her if he has any trouble with love. Kid then said that for example, if he confessed but she didn't mean to date him right away and wanted to start off as friends first, then what would he do? Asahi then said that there is only one answer to that, and he said that it is for him to wait, and then ask her out again. On the other hand, we see Tsubasa-chan talking to her friend about Kid and how their relationship status is now, and whether Kid wants to date her or not. And should she see Kid text her saying that it's a little sudden but is she free after school today, and that he has something to talk to her about. Tsubasa-chan's friend then said that everything is coming together. But Tsubasa-chan said that there is a chance that Kid could reject her today. And Tsubasa-chan's friend then asks her not to think negatively. We then see Tsubasa-chan go to meet Kid and Kid then says that it was pretty sudden but thanks for meeting him. Then Tsubasa-chan said that she's glad that Kid asked her to meet him, and that Kid can ask her out anytime. Tsubasa-chan then said that Kid wanted to talk about something. Sito Kid-kun said that he was happy when Tsubasa-chan came over to his school to meet him, and he had a lot of fun hanging out with Tsubasa-chan, and she was really kind enough to give Kid a call. That made him really happy, and he wanted to thank her again for everything that she has done for Kid. And he also added that doesn't want to hide anything from her, and so there is something that he needs to tell her. And he said during Kid's time in middle school he was a victim of sexual harm by a woman. And Kid said that's why he feels very uncomfortable when he's suddenly touched without permission, and which is why he's sorry for hitting Tsubasa-chan's hand away back then. Tsubasa-chan then replied saying that it is fine. And we then see that Kid is not looking at her while talking to her, because he's too afraid of her reaction to see what kind of faces she is making, but he made a decision to tell her properly. Despite that, if Tsubasa-chan is still fine with him, then he wants to go out with her, he said. Arasaka Tsubasa-chan then said to Sito Kid-kun that thanks for telling her about his past, and she also adds that Tsubasa-chan also got molested in train so she knows how it feels. And she was shocked that this sort of thing happens with guys also. But she said don't worry to Kid, and also Tsubasa-chan said that her response about Kid's confession is of course, she will go out with him. And Tsubasa-chan then said that she is looking forward to getting to know Kid better. But also asked if she could call him Kid-kun. And also added that he can call her Tsubasa. We then see Keed saying to Asahi and Izumi that he is now dating Arasaka Tsubasa-chan. Izumi and Asa were seriously happy for him and congratulated Keed. And Keed then said that he really made Izumi and Asa worry, didn't he? And then he further goes on to say that from now on he'll be able to enjoy a normal youth. We then see that Keed is on Keed-kun, then thinking that this should feel normal for a guy from an all-boys high school and that he should be at the peak of his happiness now, and a girl like Arasaka Tsubasa-chan, who is so pretty, cute and good-looking and very caring and loving, who even accepted his past, he surely is feeling anxious because things are going too well. He then thinks that he slowly had to get used to it. We see on the other hand that Arasaka Tsubasa-chan is very happy and Tsubasa-chan's friend Momoka-chan is congratulating her on getting a boyfriend. And Tsubasa says thanks to her. Momoka-chan then asked Arasaka Tsubasa-chan if she and Sito Keed-kun kissed yet, or did they hug, or did their fingers interlock with each other. And Tsubasa-chan replies that they didn't do any of that at all and said that Momoka-chan is getting too excited. Momoka-chan then said that she heard that boys only have these types of things in their mind, and that she read about it in a manga. And Arasaka Tsubasa-chan replied that what kind of vile stuff was she reading anyways. But then we see that Arasaka Tsubasa-chan realizes that Momoka-chan is right, and that they might slowly do these kind of things. Momoka-chan then said to Arasaka Tsubasa-chan that she and Sito Keed-kun might be in different schools, but if their relationship seems to be working out, and both Sito Keed-kun and Arasaka Tsubasa-chan could even have secret conversation through the night that only they two would know until morning. We then see Tsubasa-chan reacting a little differently by listening to the word secret, and Momoka-chan asks her if she and Sito Keed-kun already had that secret type of conversation. We then see Arasaka Tsubasa-chan laughing and saying that rather than a secret conversation, Sito Keed-kun confided in her about something awful that happened to Sito Keed-kun in the past. So does that mean that Sito Keed-kun thinks of Arasaka Tsubasa-chan as something very special? We then see that Sito Keed-kun has a girlfriend now, and being from an all-boys high school and having a girlfriend is a big deal in itself actually. We then see Izumi and Asahi asking Keed that he and Arasaka Tsubasa-chan will meet tomorrow, after a week, and that this will be Arasaka Tsubasa-chan and Keed's first date after officially being a couple, so they want to know that where will Keed be taking her. And Keed replies that they're going to watch a movie, and said that he didn't have any better plans, and now that he's thinking, Keed feels that he should have done some planning about that date. We then see one of his classmates named Sahara came to Keed and say that he overheard last week that Keed got a girlfriend, so he congratulates Keed on that note, and asks Keed that did they got physically intimate yet or not. And we then see Asahi asking Sahara not to ask Keed this type of questions because Keed and his girlfriend are a new couple, and then said to Keed that don't pay any attention to Sahara's questions, and the way Keed is going about the relationship is absolutely fine. We then see the next day Keed went to the date, and thinking to himself that he's feeling very nervous about whether or not he'll be enjoying today with Tsubasa-chan, and Keed then thinks that he doesn't have to be nervous or scared of anything because Tsubasa-chan knows about his past, and is okay with it. And we then see Tsubasa-chan arrive in her casual attire, and Keed was mesmerized by her beauty and was speechless. Tsubasa-chan then asks Keed that are they gonna watch a movie, in which Keed said yes. And we then see them going to the movie theater, and while they were walking Keed sees that every couple there were holding hands, and Keed also wants to hold Tsubasa-chan's hands but he's scared of doing so. But then the reminder that the last time, when he held Tsubasa-chan's hand, nothing happened, and this time he actually wants to hold and feel Tsubasa-chan's hands. And we then see Sito Keed-kun holding Arasaka Tsubasa-chan's hands properly for the first time. As the story continues, we get to see that Keed suddenly takes his hand away from Tsubasa-chan's hand, and apologizes to her for not taking her permission before touching her, to which she replies that she didn't mind that at all. After that, Tsubasa-chan thinks about what is going on, even though Keed told her that he was not good with close contact, and people touching him without his permission. After that incident, he was trying his best to make her happy. So after realizing that, Tsubasa-chan was really happy to see that he was trying a lot. And on the other hand, we can see that Keed at that time was wondering why he let her hand go, because after all, he wasn't scared when he held Tsubasa's hand. Despite all that, he felt good. Keed also appreciates the fact that she was really considerate to his condition, and that she was very kind to him. Keed then thinks that Tsubasa-chan was not like that teacher of his, so that's why he now thinks that there is no need to be afraid of her. Afterward, we can see that they entered the theater, and both of them were confused about which movie to go for. After that, they decided to watch a romantic movie, and they started enjoying the movie together. They were having a good time. After the movie, Keed decided to accompany Tsubasa-chan to the train station, and while they were waiting for the train, they started to talk about their feelings about the day. Tsubasa apologizes to Keed for making him come to the train station with her, as it is bothersome. To which Keed said that much he can do for her, so she doesn't have to feel sorry about that. Tsubasa then further goes on to say that, after having such a great day with Keed, she is now feeling a bit lonely to head back. Tsubasa adds that she sometimes fantasizes, if she and Keed were in the same school, then they could have seen each other every day, and then she could have talked with Keed as much as she wanted. However, she is happy that they didn't meet at school, because then they would have never had such a fateful meeting. Tsubasa then further adds that, it doesn't matter how they might have met, she would have still fallen for him anyway. After that, Tsubasa notices that she has been going on for too long, which is why she apologizes to Keed for talking too much. But then she further adds that, if they were at the same school, then she would have got plenty of rivals, and she thinks that Keed might have found someone else. To which Keed responded by saying, no way, and that he is not that popular at all, and even if he had been in an environment with other girls, he would have still fallen in love with Tsubasa. By hearing that, Tsubasa-chan was really over the moon. After that, Tsubasa said she was glad that Keed tried to hold her hand today, and that was superb for overcoming his fears. To that, Keed subsequently said, it was not that he was trying to overcome his fears, but now he realizes that it might have seemed that way. But according to him, he tried to hold her hand because he actually wanted to hold her hand. After that, Tsubasa said to Keed that she actually wants to help him. If he wants to hold her hand again, then he should go for it, and if he ever feels uncomfortable, then he can let go of her hand. After saying that, she gave her hand to Keed. After seeing this type of positive gesture, Keed really felt very confident. After that, we get to see that Keed goes on to hold Tsubasa-chan's hand, and Tsubasa asks him if he was okay with that, to which he responded by saying that he was fine, but his heart was beating really fast. Tsubasa tells him that her heart was also doing the same. Afterward, she also adds that, if they work hard together, then Keed won't be afraid of anything anymore. So after that, they both enjoy the moment in hand, and Keed thought that he never knew that a girl's hands can be so small and soft. As Keed and Tsubasa were holding each other's hands, we suddenly saw that Keed flipped out. By seeing that, Tsubasa got scared, so she asked Keed that if there is something wrong, to which Keed smiled and said, there is nothing to worry about and that he was just kidding. But we get to know that Keed was really scared and that he was telling himself to calm down, and that there was nothing to be scared of. At that point we can see that the train arrived at the platform number 2. By seeing that, Tsubasa-chan then said that the train has arrived, so now she will have to leave, and asked Keed to be careful on the way home. In response, Keed told her that he will be careful on the way home. After that, Tsubasa thanked Keed for a wonderful day and left. After she left, we can see Keed was still sitting on the bench, and there was a sense of calmness within himself. After that, the scene changes to Tsubasa-chan's school, where we can see that she was talking to her friend Momoka-chan about her and Keed's date. She told her that she and Keed managed to hold each other's hand. There was much change to his height, but his hand felt like a guy's hand to her, and that made her heart race. To which Momoka-chan responded by saying she was glad to hear that, and that it was great. Afterward, Momoka noticed 2 girls sitting next to Tsubasa and Momoka-chan's table. They were talking about their intimate relationship with their boyfriend. By hearing them, Momoka told Tsubasa that those girls are talking about how their boyfriend and they stay together once a week, without letting their parents know. After hearing that, Tsubasa was flabbergasted. Momoka told Tsubasa that those types of things do happen to couples, and that she is sure that Tsubasa's boyfriend will definitely treat her kindly when they will get into a physically intimate relationship. By hearing that, Tsubasa was absolutely stunned, so on behalf of that, Tsubasa says that Keed is not a filthy guy like that, and that he is a refreshing, pure and wonderful guy. And as Momoka hears that, she also was a bit confused by that statement. The scene after that changes and shifts to Tsubasa's house, where we can see Tsubasa's mother was watching some movie where the main 2 characters are kissing, and Tsubasa also saw that scene from behind, so she again thinks of that intimate relationship matter. After that, Tsubasa went to her room, and we saw that she was trying to divert her mind to something else other than that physical intimacy thing which she was remembering from time to time. So we see that Tsubasa decided to read some manga, so that she can think of something else. But as she started to read the manga, which was a romantic manga, her heart started to race. After reading that, Tsubasa comes to a conclusion that romance should be all heard sparkling like the manga she was reading, and that it should make the heart throb. Afterward, we see that she started hoping to meet Keed soon, so that she could hold his hand again. She wants to go with Keed to various places, and wants to talk a lot with Keed, because she wants to know him even better. After that, she thinks that the love that she always idolized was about to become reality. After that, the next day we get to see Keed and Tsubasa go on a date at a restaurant. There they enjoy the delicious food, and we also get to learn that they always wanted to check out this restaurant, and they're happy that they managed to find an empty seat. Tsubasa after that says that the waitresses are also very pretty too, and on that note Keed didn't know whether he should agree with Tsubasa or not. Keed and Tsubasa then finished their meal and headed out. On their way out, Keed said that most of the items on the menu were absolutely fabulous, and further added that they should come back here more often. But suddenly they saw that it started to rain there, so they got stuck outside the restaurant, because they didn't have an umbrella with them. Afterward, they realized that the rain was not pouring down that hard, so that's why they decided to find a place with a proper roof. And as they were on the way to find a place with a proper roof, Keed gave his coat to Tsubasa, and asked her to put that over her head, because according to him, it would be a little better that way. Tsubasa finds that really romantic, and she was flabbergasted by this gesture of Keed's. After that, Tsubasa was worried about Keed too, so that's why she asked Keed what about him, and that like this he also could catch a cold. To which, Keed responded by saying, he will be fine, and that it's nothing. After that, we get to see that they get to a place with a roof over their head, and it was at a park. Afterward, Tsubasa asks Keed that, if he was okay, and that does he feel cold. To which, Keed replies, this much he can easily handle, and that it was nothing to worry about. Tsubasa suddenly remembers that she actually has a towel, so she asks Keed to wait for a moment, so that she can bring her towel out. After that, she says that it would be nice and that she will be very happy if Keed lets her dry his hair. Keed then told her that it was not a big deal, and she can do that, but he there looked a bit hesitant. After that, Tsubasa asks Keed that now she is going to touch him and that if he feels a bit uncomfortable then Keed shouldn't be afraid to let her know anytime. By hearing that, Keed thought he can feel that Tsubasa was being very considerate whenever she touches him, so he wonders if that was because she remembered what he told her. But according to Keed, in any case, she is an excellent girl, and that her kind hands and calm atmosphere puts Keed at ease. While he was thinking about all this, he realized that Tsubasa-chan was looking at him, and as he also looked at her, and he saw her shining eyes, they suddenly got closer to each other, and all of a sudden they kissed. After that, we can see that they both tried to behave normally, and they tried to make each other comfortable. And we see, Tsubasa suddenly says to Keed that she has just finished drying his hair. To which Keed says thank you to her, and he also thanked her for the towel too. In the next scene, we see Tsubasa is talking to her friends at the school cafeteria, and she was talking about Keed. Suddenly she sees that her and Keed's mutual friend arrived there. Tsubasa greeted her, and that girl asked Tsubasa that if she and Keed got together, to which Tsubasa responded by saying yes. She then further goes on to ask that once Tsubasa mentioned that she and Keed were still friends before, Tsubasa says yes to that. So all she wanted to know is that, how is their relationship going now? In reply, Tsubasa says that all is well, and that Keed is her first boyfriend, so that's why she doesn't know many things about him. But recently, they actually got to know each other well, so that's why, now it feels to her that they are close enough to talk about anything that they want. Listening to Tsubasa, that girl was shocked. And she said, if he was seriously her boyfriend, and if so, then isn't that a little too much to handle, having him as her first man, and that she is concerned that, if she will be okay. Hearing that, Tsubasa was absolutely stunned, and therefore she asked her, what does she mean by that? In reply, she said that, didn't Keed told Tsubasa anything about his past? Tsubasa was confused by her question. After that, she realized that, maybe she didn't know anything about his past. We then get to see that girl after that apologized to Tsubasa, because Tsubasa said that she and Keed is that close that they can talk about anything. That's why she assumed that she knows everything about Keed. But Tsubasa then said that she wanted to know about the matter that she was talking about. After that, the girl told Tsubasa that, when she and Keed were in the same school, Keed was absent from the school for a period of time, and what she was about to tell Tsubasa is all hearsay, but it seemed to her that Keed got caught up in some kind of trouble with a woman. She after that suggested to Tsubasa that she should confirm the story from Keed's side, and if she feels there is any problem or if it turns out that Keed has a dark past, then it would be better for Tsubasa to find another guy. Afterward, we can see that Tsubasa got a little nervous hearing that girl's opinion, so that is why Tsubasa decided to meet Keed at the same park where they met last day. And as Keed arrives at the place, Tsubasa, without wasting any time, tells Keed there is something that she wants to talk about with him. After that, we can see that Tsubasa said she actually didn't understand when Keed mentioned that he was the victim of sexual harm from a woman, because she was under the impression that he might experience getting molested. So, that's why she said a lot of things, without thinking them through, and that she is extremely sorry for that. After saying that, Tsubasa asks Keed if he remembered the girl he met, who went to the same middle school as him. To which Keed says yes. Tsubasa then further goes on to say she heard from her about the matter, that there was a period of time when Keed didn't attend school, so that's why it's evident to her that Keed must have suffered from an experience far worse than she imagined. So that's why she is really sorry, and she started crying. By hearing that, we can see that Keed stopped her from crying. After that, Keed told her that it's not something that she should apologize for, instead he should be the one who should apologize to her. Because in the first place, this happened because he didn't make himself clear. After listening to that, Tsubasa asks Keed that she actually wants to know what happened exactly. Keed then told Tsubasa that it's not exactly a pleasant story. Since Tsubasa wants to know what exactly happened to him in his middle school, he will honestly tell her everything that had happened. After that, we can see that the story goes into a flashback, and there we get to see a female trainee teacher is calling Keed from the behind, after class, and told him that, if he had some time. To which Keed says, of course he has. After that, the trainee teacher says, because Keed is in the student committee, that's why she was hoping that he will be able to teach her more about their class activities, and how a morning test is organized before the exams. If he helps her with all those things, then it will be a bit easy for her. Upon hearing that, Keed responded by saying that he will bring all his printouts that he has used till now by tomorrow. To which the teacher said that will be very helpful for her. And she further goes on to say, when it comes to this type of work, Keed is her senior. So that's why from now on, she will be counting on Keed. After that, we can see that Keed and his sensei actually get along really well, and they keep on hanging out together after the classes are over, seeing that Keed's friends were also kinda jealous. Keed's friends even make fun of the sensei and Keed, by saying that Keed was an older woman-loving pervert, to which the sensei replied by saying that Seto Keed-kun was just teaching various things to the trainee teacher like her. But to Keed, the sensei was a pretty and very kind teacher. According to Keed, she was a popular teacher, who got along with all her students, despite being an adult. And without exception, Keed was also very fond of the sensei, until that day. Afterward, we see the scene change, and Keed is in the school office room. One of the senseis then told Keed that he was just in time, hearing that Keed looked at the sensei. After that, the sensei further goes on to say that the sensei had asked for a check on the PE equipment inventory in the storage room, but it seems like he accidentally let out one of the sheets. So the sensei then asked Keed to get that sheet for the sensei, and Keed agreed to do that for the sensei. After that, we can see that Keed went to the storage room, and he found the sheet. As he was bringing that sheet to the sensei, he suddenly realized that someone was crying nearby, and as he looked to see who it was, he saw that it was the trainee teacher who was crying. Keed after that asked the sensei why she was crying, to which the teacher told Keed that she messed up, and got scolded today for that as well. It seems to her that she might not be suited to become a teacher after all. After that, the teacher apologized to Keed for showing such an ugly side to Keed. According to the teacher, she failed as an adult and as a teacher. After hearing that, Keed asked the teacher not to be heartbroken. Because according to Keed, the teacher is not at all unsuited. Her classes are easy to understand, and everyone in the class likes her. To which, the the teacher looked at Keed, and we can see that she was stunned. After that, she goes on to ask Keed if he likes her too, to which Keed replies by saying, "Of course." The teacher then further goes on to ask Keed if he will continue to like her like this. To that, Keed said that he will always be cheering for the sensei. Hearing that, the sensei got really emotional. The teacher then further goes on to say that every day she wore a suit, and she pretended to be an adult in front of everyone, but she was actually very insecure about herself every day. According to the teacher, she is generally shy, and also was afraid whenever the vice principal sighs. After that, she said that there is too much to do, so that's why she feels very overwhelmed, and we can see that she gets really emotional and starts crying once again. After seeing that, Keed felt awful, and Keed then told the teacher that everything will be fine, and offered her a napkin to wipe her tears. After that, we can see that she looks at Keed, and then suddenly the teacher hugs Keed really hard. Keed was really flabbergasted by that, and he didn't understand what was going on there. The teacher after that told Keed that she is very thankful to Keed for being so kind to her, and that gesture makes her feel very nice. Afterward, the teacher told Keed that she can hear Keed's heartbeat very clearly. Afterward, the teacher passed Keed down and got on top of her. After that, she asked Keed if he would comfort her, and that Keed didn't agree to do anything. She will teach him everything. The teacher then asked Keed what they were about to do. She believes that Keed can keep that a secret. Scared, Keed after that asked the teacher that, at a place like this, what are they going to do, to which the teacher told Keed that, whatever it is, it will feel good for him, and after saying that, she started to rip her and Keed's clothes off. White that, Keed was really very scared. The teacher then told Keed that he is at the age when he is interested in girls, and that he should consider himself lucky to have had a head start on experiencing it. After that, the teacher said to Keed that she will now get Keed to be an adult before everyone else. On the other hand, we can see that Keed's friends are looking for him in the school corridor. After that, one of their classmates told them that Keed went to the gym storage room earlier that morning. After that, the scene changes, and we can see that Keed was saying his body in the place where he has never touched before was forcefully meddled with everywhere, and that it was the first time Keed was afraid of a person's hand. Keed after that further goes on to add that he felt no pleasure from the extraction act of an adult, and that he did struggle at first, but fear took over Keed's body, and eventually he couldn't move at all. Halfway into it, Keed could not do anything, but lay there and let the time pass. According to Keed, what he saw before himself wasn't the teacher he has always known her for, but it was more of a monster. After that, Keed's friends found him in the staircase, laying on the ground without his clothes, and he was absolutely terrified after the incident, and he stopped going to the school. On the other hand, in the school, all Keed's classmates worried about Keed. Although they didn't know anything about the incident, all they know is that Keed has been into some kind of trouble. That's why he was not coming to the school. But actually was so scared that he couldn't do anything at all, while he was not attending school and could not even go outside. But Izumi and Asahi continued to visit Keed, and they didn't even attempt to console or persuade Keed back to school, but they always came to meet Keed as a friend. Back in the present time, Keed was seen telling Tsubasa that, fortunately, his school took appropriate measures and gave a suitable punishment to that trainee teacher, was what Keed had heard. After that, Keed says during the second half of Keed's third year, he could return to the school again, and Keed selected this all-boys high school. By hearing that, Tsubasa was speechless, because she didn't know what she should say at that moment. After a few moments passed, we can see that Tsubasa was crying a lot, because she can feel what Keed has been through. After that, Tsubasa said to Keed that he actually has been through a lot, and we can see that she couldn't stop crying, and in reply Keed thanked Tsubasa-chan for hearing him out, and he was also very emotional at that point of time. Afterward, as they were leaving, Tsubasa-chan told Keed that she shouldn't be the one crying, so she is very sorry about that, to which Keed responded by saying, "Not at all," and we can see that they both started. Keed then reminded Tsubasa that she doesn't have enough time, because Tsubasa mentioned that her new tuition teacher will be coming over today, so now she should now be heading home as soon as possible. By hearing that, Tsubasa remembered that her thoughts were about Keed today. That's why she forgot that her new tuition teacher will be coming over today. After that, we can see that Keed and Tsubasa both saw each other and left for their homes. The scene then shifts, and we can see that Keed is with his friends Izumi and Asahi, and there we get to see, they're asking Keed if he had told everything about his past to Tsubasa-chan. To which, Keed responded by saying that yes he did. By hearing that, his friends told him that he actually showed a lot of courage by doing that, and they then further went on to ask that, after hearing all those things, what Tsubasa-chan said. To which, Keed replied that Tsubasa said that Keed had suffered a lot, was what Tsubasa said. By listening to what Tsubasa had said, one of Keed's friends that he always thought that Tsubasa-chan was a clueless young lady, but now he feels that she is rather a very broad-minded girl. After that, Keed said Tsubasa heard what he had to say, so that's why he thought that he should give this update to his friends and Miyamoto-sensei. In reply, Miyamoto-sensei said that it was quite something, and that he is glad that things actually worked out quite well for Keed and Tsubasa-chan. After that, Miyamoto-sensei said to Keed that when students are facing any kind of trouble, or when they need someone's help, teachers like him are always there for him. Keed then said that he doesn't have anything from Tsubasa-chan anymore, and that's why he feels really relieved now. Izumi after that subsequently said that Keed should be happy because he did his best. The scene after that changes, and we can see Tsubasa-chan is still thinking about Keed's school incident, and she said in her mind, what exactly happened compared to the rumors she heard has a little difference. According to her, Keed is more of a victim than someone who tried to stir up trouble. Keed confided in her about his painful past, and the first feeling Tsubasa had was happiness, because Keed actually trusted her, so that's why she felt that she had a bond with her, and that actually made her happy. But then again, Tsubasa realized that she and Keed aren't the same at all. After that, she thought about what insensitive thoughts she was thinking of right now. Keed was sexually assaulted, and that this wasn't about the fact that whether Keed has experience with women or not. After that, we can see that Tsubasa went home, and at the end of the day when she went to the bed, she was again thinking about Keed's matter, that the teacher who did this immoral thing to Keed, what kind of person she was. According to Keed, she was pretty, and everyone admired her, so probably she was a beautiful adult woman. After that, we learn that Tsubasa actually didn't want to think about that matter, but she can't help it, and at the same time she actually was feeling bad for Keed too. She then wonders that, at first maybe he liked her too. She was also thinking that did they also kiss each other too. When it comes to these acts, men do take the lead. Most news stories that get reported always have women as victims. After that, Tsubasa thinks that Keed might be a middle school student, but he is a male, and she is a female. Could he not have shouted or escaped from her? She after that says to herself that she can't think like that, and it was not Keed's fault, and that he was the victim. Tsubasa then again thinks that Keed's body has experience with such filthy acts, and suddenly we can see that Tsubasa got up from the bed and started to run towards the washroom. As soon as she got to the washroom, she started vomiting and she felt really sick. Afterward, the scene shifts into a mini flashback, where we can see Miyamoto-sensei was thinking about the matter of Keed-kun and Tsubasa-chan, that will a teenager like Tsubasa-chan at her age will be able to accept someone like Keed, who has a really heavy past. This matter will be easy for Tsubasa, especially at this kind of age, and that Tsubasa-chan can accept someone's heavy past so easily. Only the right time will tell everything to everybody. But for Sensei Miyamoto, it has been really hard, and that Sensei Miyamoto can't help but to worry about Tsubasa-chan and Keed's matter. According to Sensei Miyamoto, at this kind of age, there are times when a person doesn't fully know themselves either. Sensei Miyamoto was thinking so much because he did have a soft corner for Keed. Sensei Miyamoto actually likes Keed as a person, because Keed seems to Miyamoto-sensei as a very humble, kind, cool-headed, and a really very kind person. After that, the scene transfers to the present times, and there we get to find out that Tsubasa was still vomiting in the washroom, and indeed was feeling very sick. Tsubasa-chan actually can't forget the matter, even if she wanted to,